is day 628 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is sponsored for Shlema for Yonasan Ezra ben Chana Feigl. Share for Shlema B'Karov. If you like to sponsor our share more of Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. We very greatly appreciate it. Today we're doing Simon Shin Samech Vav Dalet through Yud. Dalet. Kasser Perak Av me Erevin Din Gimel. Chenish ve'olim people who dwell in tents or sukkahs or machlish mechitza or a camp which was surrounded by mechitza. Aim tami you can't make carry from tent to tent. Ad shabu until everybody participates in eruv. Avashaya shara should keep mechitza, but a caravan which was surrounded by mechitzas. And so they don't have they can eruv, and what's in the they can take out from tent to tent. I'm sorry. It's I'm saying below eruv. You can take out from the tent without an eruv. Kishain kulam uravim, because they're all mixed together. The ain also only kfuyim lehem, because those tents are not permanent tents. It says in the first paragraph of Erevin that 4 things they exempted in an army camp. And one of them is eruv chatzeros. It says that's why an army camp is going out to work in Parshas Shom, like Mark explains. But a generic encampment which stands for one place in one place for a long time, Chavis Beir was required to have an eruv. So Shayar for this purpose, which does not require an eruv, is one which is only there for Shabbos itself. Bialocha says not specifically that they're only there for Shabbos, even they're there many days it's exempt, since they're only using it as a way station on the caravan's trip. So definition of is not for Shabbos only, like the Arukh HaShulchan, but any time it's a way station. The Arukh HaShulchan says again, Sharon Mikra Shishtotzim Raki on Shabbos. She said, "Oh, all right, that's a temporary camp, a tent." They be around for Yerushalmi Sham. It seems that way from the Yerushalmi. But Tur Kosav, the Holchem Miboros Peturim Eruv Chatzeros. The 2 rights to be go to the desert are exempt from Eruv Chatzeros. The Doim Zel Machne Melchama, and it's like a war camp. Omishun Shaslam Avi, all right. That's because it's like a temporary tent. Shenem Omdim Harbe is my Amokamach, don't stay for so long in one place. It sounds more like the Bir Halacha. And in the brackets he says, if it does have to go level, Machne Potesh or Chayav, does have the opposite than in an army camp you're exempt, from Arab in a caravan you're chayav, and Shemachik Sabriva so Perkama, Cancel Klamar Yushami, that's Perishami, Vine Bia Grossiv Cotton Vav. Hey, because of Rabbeinu Baramavasi base. Bratim Shebesfina. If you have cabins in a boat, Sichim Erev, they require an Erev. Abu Sheshel Sfina Machitzas, even though the boat has outer walls. Man, Sfina Machitzas, the boat does not have outer walls. I guess it has a low perimeter on the deck. Or it's a raft. Also, Taltum Sfina Mak Ba'arabamas. You can't carry more than 4 amas on the boat. The Sfina Avikvias Lover Yam Even Horos. A boat is a permanent place for the people who are going through. Not permanent, but a set place. People who are going through overseas and rivers. In that respect, they're just like houses on dry land. Even though the boat has mechitzas on the inside, even on the outside, it's very low down in the water. Famous fasamayim that isn't from the top of the water to the top of the boat 10 tefachim. Nevertheless, came issued tefachim, since internally has 10 tefachim. Have a shus around gomer. It is a total shus rabbi. I was just gomer. Total shus yachim. But I might say that batin failing law. It's one large Rishus Yachid. All the cabins are subordinate to the boat. The Klaus and included in the larger boat. They don't and that's not like a thing unto themselves. Came and Shem two told him, because they are since they are after all always traveling, always moving. Might say they don't have a kvias in of themselves. Kamashal, that's tells us no, they do have a kvias. If it doesn't have walls of 10 tefachim, the boat hare karmelis, then the boat is a karmelis. Plus the tal b'tochi yosem arba amos. You can only carry more than 4 amos on that boat or on that raft. Koshkein, and certainly mean abatim l'tochim, l'tochim abatim. From the open part of the boat into the cabins, or the cabins into the open part of the boat, you would not be allowed to carry. But from the inside of the boat to the sea or to the river, if it's less, it doesn't have a chitzah of 10 tefachim, it's permissible within our 4 amos. The shtein karmos saying they're both karmos. In that case, if it doesn't have outer walls, then it does not work from house to house. Unless these houses or cabins are immediately adjacent to each other. There's an pestilence is opening between the two of them. The only chokim, if they stand distance, that there is the interruption of the boat between them. I think it means the boat itself, not a separate boat. The eruv is not effective if there is an actual karmelis in between, which would be the boat without the eruv. Okay, vav. Ha'eruv shosim ne'achot zeh zeh. But it says in the brackets at the end of hay. So he says most. We've already explained most of the things of a sfina earlier on. Vav ha'eruv shosim ne'achot zeh zeh. There, which people the chatzir make with each other, that is what's called actually not the air, not the mechitzos. The collection of matzah is called eruv chatzeros. And when on the other hand, people in the entire mavim could make eruv together, that's called niko shituf. That's called a partnership or shitufei mavos, or a partnership of streets. And so too, even when chatzeros yards make them eruv together, below mavi, without the mavi, just as where they're open onto each other, nikra shituf. That's called a shituf, because it's not in one chatzer; it's going from chatzer to chatzer. Vein afkamina chatzer. None of this makes a difference. Rakli dal l'shonos. Shil daidim sheis baru. You only to know the languages for the halachas, which we clarified. Im son shituf makom eruv. If we can rely on a shituf instead of an eruv, eruv makom shituf, or an eruv instead of a shituf, im lav. But tzarich lidal eruv mikre chatzer echad kshe'irev. You know, the eruv is only even 1 yard when it made eruv. Shituf mikre larbe chatzeros, and shituf is called many yards, which is said that the derech mavi and specifically through the mavi. But there's also no difference between chatzeros having dafka pas. Chatzeros can be made with bread. Shuvim vos gam shalom pas. Shuvim vos can also be made with other substances. Koshis bar b'siyat ishma, as will shall become clear. Zay b'gmar yesh plukta. Where there's a machlekes. Imeru avishum kinyan is eruv a form of a kinyan. Klama the baish michibos eruv, the house in which the eruv is placed. Makni lubal bais esushus. Bais bestows the dominion over the house to the people who are making the eruv. And according to this, you also do a kinyan sudar, the handkerchief kinyan. And also you couldn't use the house of a child. Shane will call chakros. That's the capacity to be maknit you. And so to Kotan will not be able to make an eruv with them. I'm not sure why he doesn't have shutfus. But so dafka shel prut will only work if he has a shav prut of shutfus. Or perhaps on the other hand. It's not because of kinyan, it's because of dira. Eruv have kulam during, but the patun eruv is as if they all live there. There's no acquisition of jurisdiction. And then a kinyan would not work. V'tzarich dafka pas, because we need to establish dira. We need that bread. The primary dwelling place, abode of a person, is where his bread is at rest. Based on shulchan mutter. Also, mutter in the house of a cotton. Both of them will also be able, since it's not a kinyan, it's a collection. Also, the cotton will be able to collect eruv, not just the gadol. Pasture of a pruta, and also if it's not a kinyan, the bread itself doesn't have to be worth a pruta. the house in which the Erev is placed, they don't have to give bread in any event. Because the guy who lives there lives there. Gam tam kinyan ain't tzarich, can move on. And also according to the opinion that it's the kinyan, the person in whose house the Erev is placed, does not have to participate in Erev, obviously. Kaimon the Mishum Dira, who our conclusion is that it's because of Dira, to make a common dwelling. But Lo Mishum Kinyan, not a kinyan. It ain't supposed to call poskin, and this is a plaque of all the poskin. Ches, ein menichim eruv, that's an eruv. You don't put the eruv b'chotzer in the yard. The aflo b'aish ain't a royal ladira, also in the house which is not suitable for habitation. Kagon beshar, such as the little it's a houselet, little house, gatehouse. You don't put it in a gatehouse, which is not royal adira, obviously not royal adira, just for a person to stand and guard. Sadra, it's an open space, which is too open to be considered to be a makam dira. It has a roof, but it has very few sides, if any. Merpesis and a porch. Same by Shem Arba Amos Arba Amos. So the house is not 4x4. Yesh will Rabbe Arba if it has 16 square amos. But it's long and narrow. Yesh Yishomer Dani. Magavram name Arba says it works. Afisha is Barbie or there, Sim Resh Pevav. The mezuzah, but since my mezuzah we say it doesn't work, as it's typically 4x4 near the Lomhani, which should not be effective here as well. The Mishabura says that therefore, since it's unclear, it's best to leave it in a place which is actually 4x4. In the brackets here, he says the Reish Sukkah Mashvis mezuzah. The beginning of Sukkah seems that there's an analogy drawn between this mezuzah. Rosh Pasach Sham the Pater mezuzah. Rosh says though, however, if it's long and narrow, it's Pater mezuzah. Okay, that's what the Magen Avraham is referencing. Whatever. Test. If they can't always put the Erev in this specific house, you cannot deviate. Retain bias to put another house. They die control. This goes against the pathways of peace. I feel so even there's some minor reason to change its location. Unless there's a major reason, don't change the location. If the guy died or left the house with somebody else, you shouldn't change. Bishop Pascal the same way. It's because of suspicion. Because people say, hey, where did the Erev go? People must be carrying down an Erev. But Kenny where it says the feel Shani wrote till he came most Dvar Mitzvah by the CSA base. And even the other guy pledges, I'll give him $1 million to stock if let me put the Erev in my house. They shouldn't change it. But if they stipulated before they put in one specific house that they should be allowed to change it, Mutter is permissible to change its location. Mammon. And so to the first guy says, okay, I told him I didn't charge. Now I want to charge you for leaving Erev Chatzayos here. So they can change it to a place which is not going to charge. The Shabur wants to say, it's not important for us now. Okay. But you haven't even but you haven't moved it. Apolosha time without any reason, they don't remove from the second house. Marish, but the first guy is making a noise. So they meant complaining out there. And this nothing Misham unless you take it away from the second house and put it back in the first house. I'm not my eat minutely taste air bug basic nesses, but they make us put the air in the shul. This was the conduct of the ancient ones. A house of a shul is not a place of habitation. But where we put the air, we're doing it for the entire city. In essence, having kashituv, it's like shituv vos. Which does not have to be in a habitation house. I feel chutz I can even leave shituv vos in a courtyard, which because I'm seeing shin pei bob, I enjoy. Yesh Lizor, Yurashoim, and Taldim Beis Knesset Cholir. And make sure you can carry from the house, from the shul to the entire city. The shame b'shem hefsek karmelis. There's no interruption of karmelis, koginos chayitzah, such as a guard, etc., which is not properly fixed. Dim lo ken arei bata erev, because not the erev is null and void. Every place you put the erev, they have to be careful. Also, they should be allowed to carry it from place to place. Upashdu, and that's clear. Yud im ein erev, there's no erev in the city. Basic knesses dino kechatzer sharabim. Then the shul status is that of a courtyard of the masses, below batim yuchadim, without houses which are designated a kol echad to one person. Mutarim l'taltav toch allowed to carry inside it, inside the shul. Came mutar taltav beis haknesset l'chotzer beis haknesset also carry from the inside the shul to the courtyard of the shul. You mean during the chotzer if nobody else is living in the chotzer. Then is there katil to be by the chotzer, not like carrying for something from the house to the chotzer. Kol chotzer, it's all chotzer. There's no mishkan, it's one big chotzer. There's no designated area. Even though there's specific places for each one, in the Mishkan, there's no wall between them. And they're also not a place of dwelling, as we have explained. Yeah, because the basic Knesset itself has a status of chotzer, so they because not mukhav there, so they from the basic Knesset, chotzer basic Knesset will be mutter. But if you know Yoachiv, you do basic Knesset, even in specific individual built in and donate to shul, never still shul, but at this point he's removed his jurisdiction. And it's permitted for everybody. B'shem Ma'aril Kasus also talta mi basic Knesset l'tal chotzer. He says you can't carry from the shul into the courtyard. The loan of that time on his reason is unknown. The Korean Nissim said, what should be the problem here? Even the guests who were eating in the vestry, one of the other rooms in the base of Knesset, nevertheless, that's not a problem because guests don't answer. But could be that the guests don't answer only when there's a set and known owner. A basic Knesset ain't some Baal Bayis Kavua, but in a shul where there isn't a specific Baal Bayis, Gam Orchinas Osrim, also guests forbid to carry Tzarchil Din, it's not going to do all Klamaisa. Mishmur says you're allowed to carry from the shul to other Chatzeros in the city. And Sharatzin says that Koshkeni you're allowed to carry from the basic Knesset to the Chatzer basic Knesset. So according to the mission board, is a Dara Pasha. Not Tzarchil Din, but that's the din. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. But anyway, most of the time the people who live off the courtyard of the shul. In which case you can't carry from the shul into the chotzer because the chotzer is changed from erev because the other jurisdictions on that chotzer. But basic Knesset hatsa, but in the shul itself, from the men's section and women's section, so to the side rooms, change to doing no people are dwelling. Polus. Whatever it is, the gatehouse. A call can basic Knesset all like the shul. Tzad mutar to me careful one to the other. Cave when she ancient during having kul chutz rabim. There's no people living there. It's like the chutz of a rabbim, and you can carry from the chutz to the chutz of the rabbim. Again, assuming there are no other people living there.